everybody, to the Valhalla Valkyries team check-in and Q&A. And off camera, and we're actually going to continue this now, I've been told that there's an advantage chair-wise in one of the booths, right? Somebody said, what is it, one of the booths just has better chairs?
Second pick, yeah.
Second pick has better chairs?
Yeah.
Are they not the same chairs?
They are, but I don't know. They're just way more
it's either
comfortable.
set up
the
or
side,
something.
it's the angle.
I mean, there's a ton of factors.
Is that the side you guys won on?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll look into the chair fiasco. I'm actually very excited about this because, new roster to the SPL. Some of you guys have been in the SPL before, new players, returning players. A lot of history on this team. I think that viewers will be intrigued to kind of explore and look into. So if you can, rewind me, you guys were an SEC roster was last year the first full year that you guys played together SEC, or remind me if you were a roster the year prior to that as well, like the Winter Dog squad? I guess it probably has ebbed and flowed, right? It's changed.
Yeah. Me and Uncle had a team with Andenster for a long time in the SEC. But then Andy kind of wanted to move on and not really play anymore. So then halfway, I mean, he just didn't feel like playing Comp Smite anymore. So then kind of end of the first split last year, we picked up Benny and Wowie.
Right.
And then at the start of the next split, because we just needed to wait for the roster change, we picked up Richard as well.
Gotcha.
And it's kind of just been since last summer then.
Yeah, I guess last summer you guys have played together as a team. And started dominating the SEC, it felt like, here in North America. So successful late on in a lot of those SEC tournaments. Was it always a goal of this team? I suppose, depending on when we announced, when you knew about SPL qualifiers, things like that, your avenue eventually into the SPL. But was it always a goal of sort of this team as a roster to make that step from SEC to SPL one day?
I think that depends from like player to player. So like when I joined the team for me personally, like I ended up on like I've just been consistently like 5th or lower or 4th or lower in SEC, and then I get to join these guys and we start doing well, so that felt really good, right? So for me, SPL wasn't really an idea yet. Once we did well in the SEC tourney though, like the LAN, that's when I'm like, okay, we actually can just make SPL.
Right.
Like we're just nuts.
Well, I guess that kind of depends. For a while, it was you as a player could make a name, get picked up by rosters, things by teams in the SPL, things like that. Because I didn't know, when did you guys as a team hear that we would be doing like play-ins to the SMITEPro League? Do you guys remember when you found that there would be a tournament to
it was
fill spots?
After Worlds was done, they announced it to all the SEC and SPL
before.
players.
No,
It was 2 days after Worlds.
It was really shortly after.
Yeah.
I felt like I knew before.
Yeah, I feel like I knew beforehand too.
Yeah, that's why we wanted to do
No,
this is why.
there was a rumor.
Yeah,
But like we weren't sure.
Yeah.
We didn't get the email until Monday.
we
weren't
know,
sure.
But I remember we talked about it
Yeah.
before Worlds, and we're like, we gotta like perform and look good.
Oh yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
So we definitely knew beforehand, but it wasn't like official.
Well, that's because we wanted. We were still gonna do the application because in prior years they've had a.
That's right.
Yeah, you've had to
The application
apply.
process, right?
So obviously that was our current plan.
Gotcha. And so I suppose then it's a pretty easy transition from you are going to submit an application as a roster anyway to now you have just a tournament to play through.
Yeah.
What an emotional week that was, because I think there were some teams that were there and they were just having some fun, trying to cause some chaos. You guys, I feel like, along the then Oni, I guess now Oni Warriors, then they were Oni Homies or something that week. We're always slated as like the 1 and 2 seeds to kind of go through, expected to qualify. Did you guys go into that week feeling like tournament favorites, or were you trying to not pay attention to that much as best as possible?
I don't think a single one of us thought we were ever going to lose to anybody except Tony's. Like the only like real competition
I know what you're gonna
was like the Ducky team.
Yeah.
And even then, we were really confident playing against them.
Everyone else feel the same?
Well, I just try not to think about it too much because I hate going into something like thinking.
You just love being the
I
underdog,
love-
bro. You just love
it's just
being the
really
underdog.
comfortable being the underdog.
Yeah.
And, like,
Do you
there's
think
no
that's
pressure.
like from a pressure standpoint, you think, or maybe a storyline standpoint? What do you like about being underdog?
I think I'm just so used to it.
all the weight's off your chest. It's on, it's on
you can
others to
play
perform.
loose.
Yeah.
You can do whatever as long as you
Right.
do your own thing. Like you're chilling.
When you guys, it goes down to the wire. The Oni homies at the time qualify, and then you end up playing, or the Duck Club, I think, in the finals. At that point, going into that set, did it sort of weigh on you that you're one set away from qualifying to the SPL? How are you as players able to kind of separate, if we're talking about pressure, consider how different your life might look one way or another this next year? Is that anything that weighs on you going into a set like that?
Well, me and Richard actually both withdrew from university because we expected to make it.
Nice.
That would have been a lot of pressure. But after we played the first couple games and the first set against them, the pressure kind of decreased.
Sure.
Because we gained confidence, and then it felt a lot better.
Yeah, as the week goes on, you probably get a better feeling about those sorts of things. And then you qualify, and you're here now. You're in the SPL. I imagine partial relief, even if you expected to make it, right? Just you've now made it. You've confirmed you're in the SPL. What were some of those early emotions like for some of you guys when? I know for a couple of you, you've made it back to the SPL. A few of you guys in the SPL now for the first time. What are emotions like in a moment like that where you probably realized a long-term goal of yours?
A lot of us were getting, for the three of us, we were getting pretty hyped that we won.
Yeah.
It felt so amazing for all of our hard efforts to pay off. I think it's unique for us too because we were a team that instead of getting picked up and get brought into SPL, which is still a really good accomplishment, we stuck together and fought our way in, which I think is unique.
Right. How about maybe Aquarius and Wowie, you two, you're back in the SPL. Was that always a goal to get back? You were there once, you want to be back in.
I'll be honest, I was kind of just playing SEC
Yeah.
for fun with the boys.
And now you got a job, what's going on right now?
These guys are nuts.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what, I'll go for another round.
Yeah, fair enough, we'll go
Why
back
not?
and try it
Why
again.
not? And honestly, feelings were more like, it didn't matter that much to me.
Sure.
So it was proud of them for actually accomplishing
Right.
it.
Yeah. We were saying that, we're happy because it's a big feeling to get in for the first time.
course.
So
Yeah.
for me specifically, I just want to get back in. So
Right.
it was relief, and then it just felt good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty
It
much it.
was a cool scene. And then for you three who have made it now for the first time, if you can, I imagine it's hard to, sometimes maybe it's difficult to put into words, but if you could, is there any way to describe kind of reaching that goal that you've set for yourselves? The highest goal there is in competitive Smite.
It truly didn't feel real for me.
Yeah.
For the whole rest of the day, people are congratulating you and you appreciate it and you love it. And even the flight home, it's not until I got home and I realized, okay, I have to get ready to move
Yeah,
in a
move,
month.
right.
I'm playing SPL in a month. This is real. This is actually going to be my job, and this is nuts. It was such a phenomenal feeling. You're just on such a high.
Mm-hmm. Similar for you two, between Benny and Gamma?
Yeah, I remember winning, being super happy, and then I got pretty emotional.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, he did.
it did not, I'll be real, it did not really sink in until I got home, just
Right.
occur me, but I just that's a once in a lifetime feeling.
Of course.
Been so many years.
Yeah.
How about you, Gamma? Was it a sort of overwhelming in the same way it was for these guys?
Yeah, for sure. It is kind of hard to put into words.
Right.
But it's really surreal because there's such a long time where I was just watching as a fan, and I've watched all the players, and now to play against them is just really cool.
Yeah, it's an awesome experience. When did Pagon know that he was? Do you remember when he knew he was joining the Dragons in relation to when you guys qualified to the SPL?
It was.
He
I think
was.
it was 2 weeks before that land. I'm pretty sure, or a week.
Gotcha.
But he already knew, and we were talking about it. And
Well, it's kind of fun. Two brothers, and you guys have different routes into making it in. I have to imagine that's a pretty unique experience playing against your brother in SPL matches.
Yeah, it's for sure exciting. I'm just like, I mean, I think it's really cool that he finally because he's gotten offers like previous years,
Sure.
but I'm like pretty happy he like committed.
Right.
And this is something that I'm sure he loves to do now, and it's just really cool to see.
Would you say there's a because we tried a little bit with the Dragons and the Valkyries set when you guys played. I mean, would you say there's a sibling rivalry there at all, or do you not really look at it that way?
I don't think so. No.
I feel like because people like try to make it into something like that.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, it's like it's a cool like storyline and like
Right.
idea. It's just like in practice, that's just not the reality. I feel like because it's a team game, you know.
right.
And like, I mean, we like barely 1v1 that whole.
I don't know.
set.
He's soloing everyone nowadays, so watch yourself next time.
Just
you guys
that
match up.
set, I think.
Yeah, that one specific set. Well, look, now you guys have made it to the SPL, and so I think it's worthwhile exploring maybe some of the differences that you guys have felt. And I want to start with Aqua and Wowie first. Would you guys say from the last time you played into the SPL to now, the style of play, pacing, things like that, would you say it feels different in large from the last time you guys have competed?
Well, for me, it was really different because I'm actually living here.
Yeah.
You actually have to like play in studio a lot of the time. A lot of the time when I was playing, when I like first started, it was like online, or I would like fly like every week just to play. And it was
Right.
like, now I'm actually living here, so that definitely changes that aspect. But in terms of the actual game, I don't know. It doesn't I feel like my lane's been the same for
Yeah, right.
for the most part for a long time.
Solo
Like,
lane only changes
it
so much,
rotates
you know?
like guardians, warriors, ability warriors, auto attack warriors.
Yeah.
Like it just switches between everything every now and then for me.
It's more like style of pick, right?
I will say though, adding all this like totem and
Yeah.
Flowers.
yeah, the flowers.
minions
Like
and stuff, yeah.
it actually, you can actually like get a lead
Sure.
all the time through solo. It like actually does something for your team. So that's definitely one thing that was different when I played
Right.
back.
From way back when.
Yeah, way back.
How about you, Wowie? Do you feel like the style of SPL game has changed from the last time that you were competing?
The ADC is kind of same old, same old.
Both
We're just,
sides of the map.
Yeah, the side laners.
Side laners are screwed.
we're just chilling out,
Yeah.
just farming. Yeah, it feels pretty much the same. I've been in Atlanta before too, so it's not
Right.
much different. Kind of like I've been there, done that sort of thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
For you three who are new to the SPL, we've talked a little bit about this pregame interviews, things like that. But now that we've got y'all here, how would you describe a difference from SEC style of play and only experiencing that for so long to now jumping into the SPL? What major differences would you say you feel from Winter Dogs games to Valhalla Valkyries games?
For me personally, like in SEC, you could get away with a lot of like very low pressure picks, and you can make very bad plays and still not get punished. People weren't really on top of their game. And in SPL, like if you make one very short, very quick mistake, you'll just get you could just throw the entire game. Like you'll get owned
Right.
really fast, and it's just like a whole different ballgame.
Sure. How about Benny, you feel differences from SEC mid to SPL mid style of play?
Yeah, in SEC I kind of got to do whatever I want. But, I mean, the SPL players are just like, it sounds really simple. They're just better. Yeah, like
Yeah, fair enough. Gamma, how's dual lane felt different?
I think a lot of it is there are a lot of great players, individual players in the SEC that can match up at least mechanically and just as an individual against a lot of the SPL players. But really the big differences come in is there are things that SPL teams do that aren't immediately obvious that SEC teams just never do, and you realize you've been doing things wrong the whole time, and you just kind of got to start from the ground up and like change the way you do Gold Fury fights.
Right.
Or
Well, I wonder,
something like that.
as a team, and it's kind of off of that, did you guys expect that probably phase one, maybe even a little bit into phase two, especially getting everyone here in studio? Did you guys expect there might be some growing pains, some transitional pains from SEC play to SPL level play? Was that, well, obviously there's learning to be done, but would you say that maybe phase one had gone how you expected it to, countered expectations? What are thoughts around the first handful of games you guys have played?
I thought we were gonna be able to acclimate a little bit faster.
Sure.
I think we're getting there. I think it's like we're definitely getting there. I think we're really, really close. But yeah, I don't know.
I won't lie, I came in and I was like, dude, we're gonna fucking own.
Fair. And look, I think adjusting to the pace of the SPL games is always going to be difficult. And I think being here in studio as a team and living together is important, right? Not only in game, but out of game, right? Experiencing what it's like to be together as a team here in the SPL. Would you guys agree with something like that, where you feel like maybe more progress can get made now over the next few weeks, months, things like that? Would you say there's a big noticeable difference in potential being together versus having a few members out of studio?
100%. I think it's a lot easier for us to, like, just being together and either all going to the same apartment or all going out to eat. We get to, like, build our team synergy and bond a lot easier with that. And if there's any problems, it's a lot easier to talk about it, like, face to face, where before it's like everyone has their own friend groups that they want to go hang out with after, like, a tough loss. People will struggle with, like, dealing with these losses, and then they go and either maybe, like, sulk on their own, where now we can all, like, really sit down and, like, talk about it together.
Right. And I think it's a unique position here, again, where you kind of have this hybrid of veteran SPL talent and new SPL talent. Would you new guys say that you've, and maybe even just as a team, do you feel like Aqua and Wowie have been good to sort of lean on when learning SPL level play, things like that? Because no.
Count me out of that question.
Not really. So no, not Aqua.
Wowie for sure has been very helpful with staying serious in veteranship and, like, trying to keep us on track. He's done a very good job.
Right.
He should be, like, amended for that.
Sure.
Go Wowie.
But not Aqua.
No. I can't even say I do any of that.
Look, if you're going to count yourself out, that's I don't know what the word is. That's good on you, though. That's what I'm trying to say. Good on you. If you count yourself out, no one else can. All right, so you look forward. We got Masters coming up in a couple of weeks. You guys will be playing probably some teams you have some experience against, some of the SEC squads later on that week. If you look towards Masters Week and moving forward in the SPL, it might be hard to sort of boil it down. If you had to think about what as a team you're working on, areas you want to improve on, what would you say the focus is of the Valkyries in the next few weeks and months to iron out in your game?
Everything.
Yeah, it's kind of a bit of everything.
Yeah.
I think the biggest things for us is, like, truly finding an identity of how we want to play. A lot of the first phase, we tried a lot of different styles, and I think
We're kind of like copycats.
Yeah. We fell into the trap of, like, oh, these guys are doing well, so we should try their super late game style, when we're, like, a lot more comfortable with maybe playing early game aggression.
Yeah.
Where we're building an identity and playing a lot more cohesive and, like, making sure we aren't screwing each other over with the type of plays we want to make. And I think that is, like, a really good, like, first step now that we're all, like, in Georgia.
Would you guys say that in searching for that identity, anything has stood out? I guess you say maybe some early game aggression, things like that. Would you guys count yourself as maybe an early game team right now, or is that just all part of what we're figuring out?
We're still filling it out, obviously.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's where we found the most success, like against Sanguine. That's where we got 2 of our game wins. And most of our game wins have been us, like, being really proactive and playing early and then snowballing leads, right? Anytime that we don't have the driver's seat, it feels a lot more uncomfortable for us to play, and then we kind of shut down.
Well, it feels like, because, in most of your sets, it feels like you guys have very, very competitive games, right? In every set, it feels like we've, even if it's just in an early game, in one game, whatever it may be, seen some very clean smite from you guys. So you're able to move forward. You finally grab the win up against the Leviathans. Would you say was that a validating moment maybe for the squad? You're competitive in a lot of your sets. right? You have opportunities to win these sets, and then you get one against the Leviathans. Was that a checkbox moment maybe for this team?
Yeah, for sure. Like 6 sets back-to-back of losses, whether it's throws or stomps, like it really gets to you mentally.
Right.
And we started to get in our heads a little bit, so getting that set win against Leviathans like really did help like lift spirits, especially because now everybody's in studio. I think we'll just be doing significantly better going forward.
Well, especially if you're so used to like SEC racking up the wins, right? I mean, and you qualify through that tournament. Maybe whiplash a little bit from what you're used to. Let's zoom out a little bit though from Smite for a minute, and then we'll get to fan Q&A in just a second. How would you guys say? Maybe we have to talk about Smite a little bit with this. How would you guys say life is different from SEC to SPL? And it's been a month or so at this point. At a high level, how do you feel like life has changed from what you're used to this year here in Season 9?
I'm kind of confused for the question.
Whether it's
What
scrims,
if I'm not
whether
talking
it's,
about Smite?
Oh, Smite-wise?
Yeah, are we not talking
No,
about
you can't talk. I was saying, right, in retrospect, you kind of have to talk about Smite. So with Smite in mind, how would you say
I got
whether
a
it's
good
prep,
one.
things like that?
We scrim so much more, guys.
There you go. That's a good way to look at it, yeah. So lots more scrimming.
I love scrimming.
Yeah. Well, me and Wowie haven't been down here for that long,
Yeah.
so we haven't experienced so much of that yet. But I know, like, up until now, I've been doing like, school and Smite, so
Right.
I've had kind of split focus. But now I've just kind of had Smite, and that's kind of the thing.
Yeah. Does it feel like a job now in a way that it maybe hasn't in the past?
Yeah, kind of. It does feel different. Yeah.
Sure. It's a unique spot to be in, but it's a lot of fun to be here and have you guys in studio. But look, it's part of one of the most competitive years of SPL Smite that we've seen in a little while. It's awesome to have you guys here and expected growth throughout the year. So we got some fan Q&A here for you guys, and we'll work through some of these. Now we can move away from the hard-hitting analytical stuff. First and foremost, Gamma and Wowie, we had questions about the shirts and what the deal is with the shirts for you guys. What's the backstory there?
I don't know if we planned it or something.
No, we didn't plan it.
I was just like, it was like the very last day, and I was just with everyone else. We're waiting on Gamma, and then I like looked to my left as he's walking down, and I see he's wearing the same shirt.
Yeah.
It was actually a complete accident. We were just they're just sitting at Smoothie Can, and I saw Wowie had that flannel at some point. And I said, oh, well, I'll just wear it.
You snuck it on the match.
Well, it's a quality shirt, right?
Yes,
So adorable.
Yeah,
Hey, look, when you got dual lane synergy,
Exactly.
life is great. Another Twitter user asked, how did everyone get their gamer tag?
It's my name.
Yeah, the easiest there is. Yeah, mine's literally first initial, last name, so couldn't be easier for me.
I was making a RuneScape account.
Oh, classic. Do you still play?
Yeah, I don't think I ever quit that game.
You just take breaks and go back to it.
Yeah, pretty much. I just typed in WoW, and then it just gave me the Y. So yeah, that's it.
Fair enough, it autofilled.
Yep.
Are you all 99 and everything?
Sorry?
Have you maxed all your levels to 99 and all your
Not
abilities?
yet, man.
What's that?
Not yet, man.
No, not yet?
No.
I only have wood cutting, so
Fair.
I'm probably much further behind than you are.
So for
Have a seat,
me,
Kimmy.
long story short, I played a lot of MMOs with my dad as a kid. EverQuest 2 was like our favorite.
Sure.
And because the game died really fast, a buddy of his created a program where you could run like 6 characters at once. So I came up with most of the names, and I needed help with the last one, and then he gave me Cure Me. So
Gotcha.
I just used it for the next many years.
And it's stuck.
Yeah.
Benny, it's your name. Gamma, how about you?
Yeah, I had when I was like 12 or something, I had a Minecraft YouTube channel.
Let's go.
It was called Gamma Games. So Gamma is derived from that. But the way I got Gamma Games was, well, when I made the channel, I needed a name. So I Googled gaming YouTube name channel generator, and I
That sounds like a kid.
yeah,
Google
yeah.
thing, right?
I generated something. It was the second result, and it was Gamma Games. That's what I took.
Gotcha.
And Gamma Games was also my Smite name for a while, but now I'm just Gamma.
Well, it's cleaner, right? Shorter,
Yeah,
cleaner.
yeah.
Good work.
Short and sweet.
Aquarius, how about you? Where'd your gamer tag come from?
Played when I was a kid. I just thought the name sounded cool, and I loved Poseidon and Hebo.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, it has something to do with water. So
Yeah, and you stuck with it.
Yep.
Well, that's good. Actually, kind of along that vein, another fan question is, what is everyone's story with Smite? How did you start playing Smite? How long have you been playing Smite? Up until now, I suppose.
I think I've been playing since beta. I just had one friend. I would never play MOBAs at all, but I had one friend that like would just bug me every day for months to play.
Yeah.
And, like I was like, no, I'm not playing this game. No way. It's not a shooter. It was every day.
It was like COD and Halo days, right?
Yeah. And then it just bugged me, so I just tried it once, and then I just kind of got hooked. Yeah.
Have you thanked that friend since then?
I should. I definitely should.
Yeah, maybe. So back in beta, how about you, Kiermy? How long have you been on the Smite grind?
I think I started playing in like season 2 or 3, and then I didn't start playing competitive until 4 or 5. But I got my PC when I was like 13 or 14, and I only played on the Xbox before that. And then I was just watching some YouTuber, I don't remember who, but they were just playing Smite. I thought the game looked cool.
Yeah.
I tried it out, and I just got addicted since then.
Guy named like Gamma Games on YouTube, maybe.
Gamma Games.
Benny Q, what's your Smite story?
I've been playing forever. I was like 10, maybe 11.
Yeah.
And one of my
Grew up on
friends,
Smite.
one of my friends had like the beta code or whatever, and we went to like an internet cafe, and like we would go pretty often after school, and you know we just downloaded Smite, kept playing, came home, started playing Smite, got my brother into it like 2 weeks after.
Has he thanked you?
No, he
Probably
should have. But yeah, that's the beginning, and now we're here.
And now we're here.
Yeah.
A YouTuber.
It was actually because I read the Percy Jackson books a lot as a kid,
Oh, yeah?
and so
I just made a fan out of Gormizer. Gormizer loves those books.
That's why I
those books are
also
good.
did.
I wanted to find a game with like mythology, and I found like Smite.
Cool. To scratch that itch. I guess similar to you, probably.
Similar.
Right? Yeah.
I thought it was an MMO though.
And you got it.
Well, I literally kept going up to speed buff and like thinking it was like a quest line or something. I'm not joking.
And then you get in next game and you're back to level 1. You're
Yeah, I
like,
was
what in
like,
the world?
because I didn't understand what a MOBA was. So I hated the game and I quit for a year and then came back for some reason. Because I was like, oh, why
Right.
not?
Well, whoever got you back into it, you should thank them for it.
Seriously.
Smite MMO would be pretty sick.
That would be pretty cool. I'll get
Someone get on
brainstorming on that.
Thank you.
All right, this one's out of left field, but I do like this question. And I will read it verbatim. You know that one thing that people do where one person sits on another person's shoulders and they wear a comically oversized trench coat so that they can look like one really tall guy? Which pair of you two do you think would pull that off
Like for it to be comedic, or that like.
Let's
Or like
say, yeah,
to
because
pass as a
I
human.
want to add context to this. Say if you get caught, you're getting, like you're sneaking into the Super Bowl. Like if you get caught, you're in big trouble. Who do you think pulls off the trench coat the best?
Who are the shortest?
I feel like it has to be Benny for
Yeah.
like.
On the bottom?
Yeah.
The base.
Yeah,
Benny's the
yeah,
base.
Benny's
You need
sturdy.
a good solid base,
Yeah.
right?
Got the strength.
And
I feel like it'd be awkward.
Does anyone look like they would
Teams
be
I've
tall?
asked this to have usually said like the best smooth talker would probably be on top is what other teams have.
Well, I
answered
can't
this
do
one
both.
that is true.
as. Double Benny.
It's like
Maybe,
quad.
maybe Richard on top.
Carry actually.
Yeah.
Well, so like I'm really skinny, so like
depending on how
Benny
weight-
has massive we're just gonna go like this.
That's a guy who's never skipped leg day. Actually, only does legs.
Yeah.
And if you're smooth enough at talking, then you can just say,
Maybe,
don't
yeah.
worry about it. All right, this one's pretty fun. So you have a mandatory 1v1 to win $1 million. What god do you pick? And you also get to ban a god. So who are you most confident on? And then you can, I guess, take away their counter. And you have to 1v1, and you get $1 million if you win.
I have my answer.
I don't even know.
Do they get a counter pick you?
Well, you get a ban.
You only ban. You get one ban, and they can pick any other god.
Okay.
I suppose that's
It's just blind, right?
Yeah.
Like duel's just blind, isn't it?
yeah. I would guess it like a dual 1v1.
Yeah, I'd play Kleena, and then I would ban Kali. It's like the best counter matchup, but
Queen is a solid pick.
Kleena.
yeah, no, she's good.
Yeah, I know. She'd get owned by like half the.
No,
I don't even play duel, man.
only
just
Kali
love
would
it.
be
Okay, I don't even want the $1 million.
Yeah, no, I guess, I mean, I feel like Kali would be the easiest one.
Yeah.
Really? I'm not banning Kali, bro. I'm banning like those Baka players that
Oh,
run around and
wait.
eat minions.
Yeah, I'll play Kali and ban Baka.
Can I change my answer?
You can change your answer. You haven't locked in yet.
And I'm picking Osiris. I think I could win it.
Who was your ban? You said Baka.
Yeah, Baka.
I would
Stick
also
up there.
ban Baka for sure, 100%.
Sharks would do his silly little tank raw build in duel. He just plays duel, and because he's stuck in OS and that scene's like rough for like the duel ranked, like he'll Q&A on 300 ping, go full tank raw, and not even end the game. He'll just like force people to surrender because you can't beat
So
him.
say sounds like a lot of fun to play
Yeah,
against.
he's
And that's your coach.
yeah.
You gotta- so full tank raw next time we see it, Benny. And that's straight from Sharks.
Sure.
Gamma, we heard from you on this one?
I think I'm picking Erlon because he's pretty
You're
easy,
just gonna leave.
and I'm banning Poseidon.
All right. Banning Poseidon.
Erlon's gonna get out.
No, you have to ban Baka, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you just
No, no, no.
Ban.
But Poseidon would be so annoying.
Poseidon,
He-
bro.
he-
Poseidon's OP in
Hell,
duel.
Chronos,
No, he's
they
not
don't
OP in
farm
duel
you.
if you like move correctly.
As Erlon, he has to be.
Okay, then don't pick Erlon.
But I want
Yeah,
him.
your dual pick just sucks.
Do you think that's you would want to win on Erlong specifically, or like you actually think that you have your best chance on
I think I
Erlong?
have my best chance to win on Erlon.
Fair enough.
Because I can't play a Hunter.
No, probably not. Wowie, how about you?
I guess Uller. I haven't played that much Duel, but Hades is really annoying. So I'll
What
say
are you
Hades.
guys saying?
You have to ban Baka.
You're banning Baka.
Yeah.
He's gonna eat all the buffs and be
Do
level
you
20.
have you played Duel before?
No.
No, Baka's really lame.
Does your answer change if it's like a strict 1v1?
Oh,
like if you
yeah,
take
yeah.
camps out of the equation,
yeah.
does that change your
yeah,
answer?
Then you play hunters.
Then I play Kleena and ban Kali.
Wait, play Hunters, bro. I would run you over with
Don't
Osiris
play
if
Hunter.
you were playing Hunter.
You know, we used to do 1v1s
no
on
way
these
you're
content
Erlong.
days. We're snowballing our way into forcing a
Let me
1v1
1v1
today
your
at some point.
Kleena.
No, she's so OP in 1v1.
I gotta see it.
So you're not sold on the Queen of 1v1, but TBD. All right, so we kind of talked a little bit about Sharks, and I think this is a funny question that somewhat has to do with that. Who would you say on the team has the worst ideas during picks and bans?
I mean,
It's Benny.
it's gotta be obvious.
They're not bad.
They're unconventional.
You guys just don't have the vision.
You make us test our faith in you and the game of Smite every
day.
single day.
If
we
you
learn
guys had
to
more
scrim.
trust in me,
we-
it wouldn't
We
be
do
an issue.
trust you.
We do trust you. There's Geb mids. There's
We've let
chalk
you. We let
mids.
you
I don't
play.
believe that.
No, we okay. So
Get
when we,
mid?
no,
I'm
when-
undefeated on Geb
we,
mid.
we,
Just saying.
when we first got into SPL, we strictly played Geb mid like three, like no, like for 2 days straight. We played Geb mid like 5 out of 6 games because Fenrir was super OP and Ben's like, if I just play Geb, what is he gonna do? I'm a Geb if he bites me and I just shield someone else, right?
That's true.
And it worked on that end
brain.
sometimes. And then if they don't pick Fenrir, it's like, well, this sucks.
Have you guys ever had your scrims dodged because of like a sketch pick, like the integrity of the scrim like wasn't going to be good enough? So like,
Not in SPL.
yeah.
In SEC,
In SEC,
yeah, in SEC, people were really
Which
weird
is
about
really
that.
weird, by the
Yeah,
way.
like
Don't know
people
how
had
that
really big egos and were like, that pick's like dog, you're never gonna do well on that, right? And then we'd like play some of those picks at the LAN, right?
I'm gonna beat him on it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's got to feel good. So we just oh my goodness, I speak for a living. Unanimously agreeing that Benny Q is the worst P&B idea guy. You don't
Only-
agree,
I disagree.
but the other 4 might agree.
In terms of actual drafting, no, like he actually has good
Right.
ideas, but like it's
Like,
just
like a one-off, I'm gonna throw
we'll
this
have
name
our-
out there.
We'll have our plan ready. We show up to game day, guys. I want to play Cthulhu mid, guys. This is so good here, please. And it's just it throws a wrench in everything, right? And we work around it.
You gotta keep things interesting. Though.
Yeah.
Keep you guys on your
My
toes.
fault.
You good?
Having fun.
All right, who would you say is most responsible and irresponsible for showing up on time for scrim blocks? Now we've had, I will bail you guys out if this is the answer. Some teams just straight up don't have an irresponsible guy, or like everyone shows up, but you guys are all pointing at Aqua.
I'm very irresponsible.
Again, throwing yourself under the bus. Hats off
I
to you.
can't deny it. They know how I am. There's no way I could get myself out of it.
Well, those 11 a.m. scrims, I mean,
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
love those, by the way.
Yeah,
They're
true.
a lifever, yeah.
No, they're
do you
great.
prefer those to the afternoon ones?
Yeah.
Yep.
Because then you have the whole day to yourself, kind of, like after
That's
that.
true. Go to the gym.
Yep.
But Aqua, you prefer reverse?
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
fair
all
enough.
nighttime.
I feel
All
like
these are easy.
I feel like the rest of us are always like pretty good on time.
Yeah. Everyone stares at Aqua. Who would you say, this is a fun one, is the best mechanical player on the team?
It's Benny.
Definitely Benny.
Oh my God, you guys have there's no drama. Nobody's arguing. All right, Benny.
Thanks,
Maybe that's a good thing.
I was
You guys
thinking
all
maybe
agree.
you.
If I played a lot,
Played Smite.
Benny for sure.
Benny it is.
100%, without a doubt.
All right, so this is, all right, maybe it's the same question, but it could be different depending on how bad some of Benny's off rolls are. If this entire team was made of the same 5-player, like one guy plays all 5 roles, who do you think makes up the best team?
Benny.
I would
give
win.
it to Benny. I'm giving it to
So
Benny.
easily.
100%.
You think
He plays
Benny
so much of every god. If he's rolling into mid playing any god in the world, he's playing every
But
role.
you don't think if Benny is also playing ADC and
Well, I used to play
And-
ADC.
yeah, yeah.
and
if it-
support and jungle and solo?
Benny would
If
have
it's
one
5
full
Bennys-
vision of what his god's gonna be,
I guess that's
and be able to pull it off perfectly.
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe he would be unstoppable, actually.
Who's the all right? Outside of Benny, if between you 4, one of you had to play all 5 roles on the map, I guess this is a question of like whose worst role is like the least bad.
How good's your off roll?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
your duo is solid.
Yeah, I can do support. That's about it. Yeah.
What about like playing mid and jungle and solo also?
I think it would be Kermie. I think.
It's a hard question.
I'm giving it to myself.
You give it to yourself?
Yeah, the only
He's
one
playing.
I won't
I can-
touch is jungle.
I can do solo, jungle, and support. I just can't play the ranged characters at all.
But carries might
Split
struggle.
push Apollo.
Yeah, I'll whip out the
He
split
is
push Apollo.
a crazy Apollo.
You'll have a split pusher in solo and duo. Your
That's a
dream
big brain.
comp.
All right, if we'll change it around. It's all 5 of you, but everyone has to play an off roll. What is
Support.
that? What does that team look like?
Be
Support.
Yep.
Why we support Benny ADC?
I think I play mid.
No, Aqua mid.
I think I
Really?
have to.
Oh,
yeah.
but then.
I don't want him on
yeah.
ADC, guys.
He's solo.
Okay, he's solo.
Well,
You jungle. You should jungle.
but then.
no, Benny should ADC. Oh, can you jungle?
No,
No, that's
can't.
the problem.
So he should mid. Oh,
Guys,
then
we're
he
doomed.
can't jungle.
Yeah, we can't.
Support.
I don't know if we can do it.
Support, jungle, ADC, mid.
I guess I
solo?
would just have to stack and play ADC.
Yeah, it would be you or me playing ADC, and it's like not too ideal.
It's
We're
fine.
okay.
It's like
We'll just-
okay.
I'm
We
pretty
can
sure
just play,
you're
we can just
better
play
at
Jingle and
Humvees,
farm
though.
till 20. It's fine.
What if Sharks had to play and somebody had to coach?
Sharks would play support.
Yeah.
I would coach.
Oh,
You would
yeah.
coach?
I would coach. Right?
Yeah.
This is a total.
Yeah, I'm
I-
a good coach.
Yeah, why not?
I think.
Benny has a good brain.
I know he has a good brain, but
If you
He
could
would,
like,
he would just be
it's
trolling.
also really good
yeah,
at
I feel like
Smite.
he'd just be
you
trolling.
would just gaslight us.
Okay,
into what we're doing
is there
wrong.
something on the line? Because that's different.
Okay, I guess.
Benny when there's something important, and Benny when scrimming is so different. I think.
You win worlds.
Yeah, you win
Oh,
worlds.
Yeah,
you lift the hammer.
I would coach, and I would.
You wouldn't want to play?
Well, I would.
No,
I
in
would-
this situation.
in this scenario, I
Interesting.
think it'd be me and Sharks. Fucking swap around.
Yeah, why not? All right, a couple more questions here. Second to last. What type of sauce do you put on your nuggets?
Honey mustard.
Honey mustard.
I kind of just use ketchup.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Use anything.
Anything on your nugs?
Yeah.
Say buffalo.
Buffalo's good.
Buffalo's always a solid sauce.
What about you?
All right, I lied. Not second to last. Buffalo sauce would be my answer too. Who on the team is the worst and best cook?
It's one of these 3 for
We
best.
haven't
As far as best?
had much of an opportunity.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah.
From what you know about one another.
I'm gonna give it.
I think Ben.
It might be Benny.
I think Benny's the best cook. I think you're the best at baking, right? Yeah. Yeah, you love to bake.
Oh, I'm jealous of that. I wish I was a good baker.
Who's the worst?
Yeah, who's the worst?
Me or Aqua. I'm pretty sure it's Aqua.
Are you guys
You're
just
giving
like
to- yeah,
Uber
no,
Eats fiends? You just
I've
constantly DoorDash?
I've been pretty bad about cooking. I've like forced myself to like really learn. I've gotten better at it,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I just throw some eggs in the pan, eat it, drink some water. I'm like, all right, time to go.
To be fair, eggs are, they got everything you need.
Exactly.
Water's all you need,
Yep.
liquid-wise.
Good
You're
to
on
go.
easy street. Who in comms has the highest potential to troll?
my fault.
Benny again. Benny's winning all the accolades.
Yeah.
Would you guys say that you have a relatively tame troll environment when it comes to comms and things like that, or
No, this team is a nice. Well, no, this team is a nightmare.
Is it?
We're not.
It's
we're not
fun.
toxic.
No,
but we
nobody's.
just
It's just
really.
you're having fun?
yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone,
Yeah.
We have to get sillier, guys.
Yeah, I love getting sillier.
All right, I'm gonna wrap up on this question. Now that you guys are all together, you're all, I guess technically stateside, but I don't know if Canada to U.S. counts as not being stateside. I don't know how that works, but you're all here together. That's what's important. What are a few things that you guys want to go do as a team?
Oh, the jump thing. The
trampoline park?
was fun.
yeah. I think it's
We
cool.
literally got so tired in 5 minutes.
were
so
You already did that?
Yeah, we did that at SCC Land, and
How
like
nice.
after like 10 minutes,
It
everyone's
wasn't
like,
10 guys, it was like 2 minutes.
Yeah,
and we
it
were
was
all sitting
literally
down like,
we like
dude.
We're like-
overexerted
like, oh
ourselves
my
as
God,
a bunch
we're
of
gamers, we don't
gamers, and we're
work
like,
out.
I'm about to throw up. Oh my
Benny's
god,
like doing backflips.
how out of shape are we?
My endurance is not great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
It
do
was a really good 2
Cardio's
minutes.
a no-no.
though.
Yeah.
It was a really good 2 minutes.
a lot of it is just going.
2 minutes is long, I guess.
It was a great 2 minutes.
Surely that's like an eternity, right? I mean, it's a lot longer in the moment than you'd really think. I mean, especially at a trampoline park. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fair enough. You actually had a serious answer before.
A lot of it's just going out
Alright,
and
you on.
like doing stuff as a team and really
Yeah.
just like having fun.
Sure.
Because we weren't able to do that most of last year.
I believe the Olympus Bolts last year called that mandatory fun time.
Yeah.
And so maybe some mandatory fun time for the Valkyries this year. Look, I appreciate you guys sitting down and talking with me. Lots of stories to share back and forth about how we got here, but we're happy to have you here and excited for all that Season 9 has to offer. Thanks everyone for asking your questions. Thanks for watching. This was the Valhalla Valkyries team check-in and Q&A. Stick around, there's more coming up next.
Thank you.
I win? What did it win?
You win the respect.
Telling me an alien wore this?
Perfect. Okay, that was a good cut.
Messaging him to mute.
The best graphics you really need, ultra, of course, and I can probably watch a stream on the side.
Content's gonna look good.
Pretty good, pretty good.